What's up, guys? Chris here again with Aquarium Conversations. I got another unboxing for you guys. I haven't done one of these in a while. I was in my local Petsmart the other day and I saw these. This looks like Top Fin has really kind of revamped their hang on the back filters. It looks maybe like their answer to the Aqua Clear filters. It just kind of has that same kind of tint and color. So we're doing an unboxing of this one. We'll see, what it has to offer and everything that comes with it. I have been thinking about upgrading my saltwater, the filter, the hang on the back filter for my saltwater tank. Excuse me. So I think this would be a cool upgrade for that. Let's see. It's called the Top Fin Pro Series Pro 50 filter. Ideal for 50 gallons. Filters 200 gallons per hour. 4-stage filtration system, quiet and easy maintenance. We'll put that to the test. Let's see, here is kind of a look, if you guys can see that. Hopefully there's not too much glare, sorry if there is, but that's a look of the contents. It says 4-stage filtration system. So it looks like you got a pre-filter, a protein skimmer, which is cool. Looks like you got a couple compartments here. Wow, it looks like the filter actually comes apart, so we'll see how easy that is. But carbon, you get some bio balls or ceramic rings, whatever the case is there. And again, hopefully there's not too much glare there. Here's a look at the back. And what I did see, I saw, on the shelves, this is the Pro 50. There was a Pro 30, a Pro 70, and a Pro 110. And honestly, they were all reasonably priced. If you guys have shopped at PetSmart, Petsmart before, excuse me. There's always coupons and deals. I got this one for about 25 bucks, so I was pretty pleased with that price. So let me unbox it real quick, and I'll be right back. Hopefully I can get everything out of the carton without breaking anything, and I'll be right back. Hang on. Okay, guys, so I got everything out of the box. And let me see here. Does it show? So, if we're looking at this with the box here in mind, here's your actual filter. There's more stuff in there, so we'll take that apart. But here's your protein skimmer. That looks to be, this part obviously. If the box is like the water level, if you guys can imagine that, if the box is the water level, then water will kind of siphon down in there, which will keep the surface of the water clean. Looks like this piece is part of that as well. And you got a couple of these other pieces right here for that. Here's the extension for the intake, which it looks like, let's see here. Let me see if I can try and put this together without failing too miserably, but I probably will. So this is kind of what that's going to go there, and then that protein skimmer piece is kind of going to hang on top of there. Somehow I'll figure it out. You get your pre-filter sponge there. That'll go on the end of this. That'll hang in the water like that. You've got your little adjuster to essentially keep the filter pretty snug next to your glass. You guys have seen these before. I'll drop that. I'll get that here in a second. But that'll fit here, and you can turn that and keep that close to the tank. I grab that. Sorry about that. You get some activated carbon. What are these things? These things, I believe, here's the lid to the filter. See what I mean by I said Aqua Clear? You guys are familiar with Aqua Clear filters. And Top Fin, they've used this before. This little nozzle here, when probably the filter's clogged, this part right here will fill up with water. Stay. And then this thing right here will float up, and once it floats up, it turns red. That'll kind of give you an indication of when it's time to do maintenance. I've never really used it before, but we'll see how that goes. What I say? Oh, these guys right here, it looks like they go into the outtake right here. Can you guys see that opening right there? So this will go in here to essentially, you know, control the shape of the water flow or whatever you want to call it. There's this piece which looks to be like a thin line of water. Then if you want to add some oxygen, you know, this part looks like it's serrated, which will probably create more of an oxygenated water flow. So it looks like you get a lot. It looks like there's a lot in here. It looks like they thought about a lot of different things. The protein skimmer was pretty cool. This is the piece right here I wanted to look at the most. Again, I don't want this to fall. So here's your filter basket, and I already love that. You know, as far as maintenance and things like that, that's going to be a breeze to clean. You know, you get a bucket, probably dip the whole thing into it, and then you can do your maintenance. You get a sponge right here, you know, that you can use. And I want to, probably at this point, I'll overlay some footage because they sell a kit that comes with a sponge, more ceramic rings, more carbon, and I think another pre-filter sponge. I think for this size it was about $7 or $8. I'll overlay some footage of that. But I thought that was really cool. You know, will you need another pre-filter sponge and more rings? I don't really know. I haven't, you know, I'm a fan of, especially when it comes to beneficial bacteria. You know, you want to keep it around, you want to keep it as live as long as you can, but they sell those kind of refill cartridges that you can pick up at Petsmart. Here is this is the bag of the bio rings, the ceramic rings. I probably won't use these, or I may mix these around with some of the ones that I already have that have been running in that tank. And then I believe the carbon goes in here. And this is the part that I thought was kind of cool, and I had some difficulty understanding how it worked, but can you see these little lines right here, guys? So this tray right here pulls out. So again, looks like they really thought of a lot of things here. I mean, you see the holes here, so the water is going to go through the sponge, and then it'll hit the carbon, excuse me, and then come up here and go through the ceramic ring. So they really kind of engineered this with a lot of thought in mind. So I'm really excited. Looks like they did a really good job. This is the only thing I was kind of hesitant about is, you know, how easy is that going to be to get out over time? You know what I mean? You guys know there'll be gunk and stuff built up in here. So that's kind of the only concern I have is how easy will that be to get out over time. But it looks like you're just kind of squeezing this and pulling out like that. So we'll see how that goes. But all in all, I mean, even these little tabs, you know, just the way that whole thing's kind of engineered to kind of fit in here. You know, it looks like they really thought about everything. Look at it, it's well built. You know, any complaints so far? I would have loved for the motor to maybe have been in the water. You know, this is probably this will probably be one of those filters where I'll have to prime it and pour water in here. No big deal. I've had a bunch of those, so not a huge complaint. But those of you who like the Aquilon filters and things like that, you don't have to prime those. You know, if you're doing maintenance or you're doing a water change, you won't have to prime those. This one you will. So, but I've had filters like that before. So let me kind of get all this stuff organized and, you know, get this thing hooked up to my saltwater tank, and then we'll talk about maybe some sound and what I think about it as it's running. So give me a few minutes and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I'm trying to do this and not, you know, cause a super mess here, but, you know, I've got the thing fitted on here pretty good. Here's the basket. So I'm going to use this new sponge, but I'm not going to use the carbon. I have an older sponge that's cycled that I'm going to use in that bottom compartment, and then there's my already pre-cycled ceramic rings there. So that's in there, and then this protein skimmer, I'm trying to fit that. Hang on one second, let me just see if I can get that fitted correctly. Okay guys, so hopefully you can see that, but here's the protein skimmer here. You know, there's that elbow there piece, and then there's another one of those extensions, and then, you know, you just kind of drop this on top of it. And this is the part when I got really excited. When you drop that on there, it just floats like that. So that's going to skim the water, which I'm super pumped about. What else we got to do? Let's kind of get this thing primed and plugged in and see what all we're working with here. Oh man, this is kind of cool. So you guys see I'm using that thin piece there. Let me just kind of give you a once around. Man, there is a ton of space in this filter. I could literally put more sponges. Sorry, I'm chewing on something. I could put more sponges in here if I wanted to, guys. Like, look at this. That's, man, I'm impressed so far, guys. I'm super impressed. I'm using that sort of thin line right there. That's why the water's coming out. And that's that thin, oh, hang on. See how it's coming out in that thin sheet there? Here's your protein skimmer right there. Getting, wow, super impressed so far, guys. And it's pretty damn quiet. You know, you got your control, your flow control up here. Let's see how, is this thing on? Okay, so it was maxed out and I'm turning it down now. You can see the water kind of subside. Let's crank that thing back up though. There you go. You know, man, so far so good. Let me put the lid on there, see if we get some crazy, you know, vibrations or whatever. All in all, really quiet, guys. You guys, it's probably hard in the video, but you know, there's some other tanks running, but so far this thing is super quiet. So really impressed so far. We'll see what kind of results I get as far as, you know, actual filtration. I'm just kind of amazed at all the amount of space you get in here. You know, you can clearly see the water coming through the sponge and coming out of the cycled media. But man, there's a lot of room in there. So so far so good. You know, I would say if you guys are in the market for a new hang on the back filter, from what I can see right now, I would consider it. Only time will tell. You know, I'm not going to give it you know, the world's best hang on the back filter approval just yet, but from what I can see, it looks to be doing everything that it says it would do, and ultimately, you know, keep the tank clean. You got the protein skimmer there. Not a lot of noise at all. So, you know, as of right now, let me just turn the lights on. As of right now, pretty excited about this guy. I don't know if that helped or even worse in the video quality, but I'm gonna end it there, guys. Any questions or comments, leave them down below. This is the, what was it called? The Pro Series. The Pro 50 was the name of it. There's a 30, there's a 70, and there's a 110. So, you know, if everything goes well with this one, you know, maybe I'll be picking up another one for another tank here soon. But I'll leave it there, guys. Any questions or comments, leave them down below. And as always, I'll talk to you guys down the road. Bye.